let's talk about overcoming sugar addiction. All right, and what I'm gonna do today in the next 10 minutes or so is I'm gonna talk about where cravings come from, how to control them after 3 p.m. because something goes on for you all. I hear it all the time. Jen, I'm good till about 3. Sometimes I'm good till dinner, and then all hell breaks loose. So I'm going to demystify that for you. And then number 3, what I'm going to talk about in overcoming sugar addiction is the 6 steps to keeping your cravings in check. Yes? And so if you don't know me, I'm Jen Eden. I'm the founder of the Sugar Freedom Method. I'm almost 50. I'm a mom of 3. I am a health coach. I've been doing this work for 2 decades. There's nothing I haven't seen that I haven't been able to solve. What else can I share? Those don't know, I went to medical school, hated it. I am a biochemist. I thought that was a brilliant idea. And here I am 20 years later, helping women, super sassy, witty, busy professionals, right? Women who really have things to do. And they're like, this is getting in the way of my life, Jen. This is getting in the way of my life. Fix it so I can do what I need to. And so if that's you, then this workshop is for you today. So number 1, I want to talk about where cravings come from. This is my favorite way to explain it because there's so much stuff out there and it drives me nuts. So cravings are simply an imbalance in the body. I'm going to say it again. Cravings are simply an imbalance in the body. So I know when I'm cravings free, which knock on wood, I've been cravings free for a while, right? Sometimes it can be days or weeks, months, and then sometimes, oh my God, the cravings are so bad. And what do I tell myself? I'm like, hey, Jen Eden, we're out of balance somewhere. And so I need you to think of it that way. Not that you're bad or you have to give in, but that you're simply imbalanced somewhere. Now, the imbalance can come from lack of sleep. Oh, I get that one a lot. All right, we work on that one in all of our programs. We work on sleep, but lack of sleep can cause an imbalance. Poor gut health can cause an imbalance. Emotionally, if you're upset, I get that, right? It happens. You can have an imbalance. This is a big one. High levels of addiction in your family. So I come from a highly addictive family. And so I am predisposed to sugar addiction, pretty much any addiction, but I am predisposed to addiction. And so you have to know that you could be having cravings and see a cookie or see wine and then want the bottle or want a bag of cookies and it's not your fault. Okay, you could be predisposed. The next one for women who we work with, 40s to 60s, oh gosh, hormones. Our hormones can be off, which can cause us to have cravings, okay? It doesn't mean we're bad people. It just means our hormones are off. And the last one, this is a biggie, but it's simple. You could be dehydrated. Now, that's typically not the case that you can drink some water and you're like, oh gosh, Jen, my addiction is gone. But you have to know there are some women who just can't get water down, and caffeinated drinks and teas, unless they're herbal, and these things people drink, they're like, oh, I get water and coffee. No, it doesn't count as water, as hydration, okay? Water counts as water. Okay, so that is where cravings come from. So hopefully, even just from this little bit, you can start thinking about, I bet I've got a couple of those things going on, Jeanette, and that is why I have cravings, all right? And so I also just want to add, for those who know me and been following me a while, the sugar is a socially acceptable legalized drug. Sugar is a socially acceptable legalized drug. And so when we have cravings, it could also be because you ate something with sugar the day before, and now you're just recraving it. You're just recraving it, which is why I always say it's not about just taking sugar out, because that's not realistic for me or my family or people that work with us, but it's about not craving it, okay? You having it and then being able to unhook from it. So memorize that. It's not about not having it, because I don't feel like that's realistic. I have 3 kids, 15 and under, and I enjoy it. Do I eat it all the time? No. Do I have cravings for it? No, not really. But I know how to unhook once I have it. And same with wine. So if that's you, just know that this stuff is a drug. And unless you know what you're doing, A, it's not your fault. And B, you are just imbalanced somewhere. All right, memorize that. Okay, so what is going on with these nighttime cravings? I took some notes so that I wouldn't forget. Okay, so Here's the thing about, and I'm going to say 3 p.m. into nighttime, okay? Although nighttime, I know it gets worse for many of you. Nighttime cravings are not the problem. The problem has started way earlier in the day, typically when we wake up. And so I want you to memorize that nighttime cravings aren't the problem. It's what you've done earlier that caused the nighttime cravings. Okay, and it's things like you started the day and you didn't have protein. Now, my disclaimer is, look, a lot of women who come see us, they don't want to eat breakfast. I'm not saying do things you don't want to do. But I'm saying now, if you're starting off with a coffee and you're not drinking, you're not eating till like 10 a.m., 11, and then it's like a bagel, or I'm thinking what people do, or sometimes they don't eat till 1. Yeah, or if you're eating and it's oatmeal, or you wake up and you're having a yogurt with oatmeal, I get this all the time, or I eat fruit. You're not getting protein in the morning. And what's happening is your blood sugar is not stabilized and you are in trouble from 3 o'clock on, okay? Your blood sugar not stabilized is going to cause cravings and wicked cravings, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, this one, I'm gonna say it and kind of smile because it happens to all of us. When you're rushing your meals, driving in the car, checking messages, right? On a Zoom call, doing things, and you're not calm and you're rushed, I'm gonna tell you now, you will have nighttime cravings. It is absolutely related to lack of nutrition, ability to absorb your food, and there's just something about the nighttime when we calm down, we just wanna shove it in. I know you get it, right? Like, this is my time finally, 5 o'clock. I mean, my husband, they always had 5 o'clock cocktail hour. I get it, they had 6 kids, Irish Catholic. It'd be cocktail hour for me too. And so there's no judgment, but just know that rushing meals and starting the day without protein, you're gonna have cravings at night. Now, the next one, this one's interesting. Not enjoying your life. And so a lot of times this nighttime stuff comes up because we put up with stuff all day long. We have put up with stuff all day long and then we're like, treat time, relaxation time, no more clients, no more calls, no more kids, for those who have kids, no judgment. And so the body's actually starting to calm down. And for those, oh gosh, with the businesses, you're going all day. Those who own restaurants and catering, I've seen it. Lawyers, you all have hired us. Doctors, patients all day. Accountants, CPAs, there's nothing we haven't seen. Office managers dealing with problems all day. It is not your fault that you have nighttime cravings. It is not your fault. I get it. I just want you to know, rushing around, skipping meals, not starting your day with protein, and then not enjoying what you're doing, there's no magic pill, all right? And so I need you to take a look at what's going on all day, that you're tense, and then at night it's like, you let your hair down, okay? So the way we control nighttime cravings, it's not at night. We have to do all these other things, okay, before night comes, and then we control them. And by the way, if you didn't know this, for those watching this who don't know about my programs, Freedom Club or the Sugar Freedom Method, and the bunch of other things we do, what I'm talking about and what I'm going to talk about now for this this checklist of how to keep cravings in check, just know that these are pieces of the 5-step Sugar Freedom Method. And so I'm pulling quickly for sake of just sharing this in a concise way, that these are pieces of what we teach in an amazing portal, okay, that when you join us is yours for life, and you get to learn all these pieces. Quick cooking, how to deal with energy drainers, how to enjoy your life more, that's module 5. How to live this work on a tight schedule and travel, module 4, yeah? How to redefine who you are and your identity, so you're not always defining yourself as negative or down, or I always eat what I say I won't. Re-identifying who you are is module 1. And so just know I'm quickly piecing this together, but there's an actual structure to this, okay? All right, so let's get into checklists for keeping cravings in check. So I'm gonna say it because it's the truth, and I'm not into like, oh, positivity and let's just read stuff. But the truth is that reprogramming your self-talk, your negative self-talk really does help. And so I've done it. I put on brownies. I remember, you really don't want to eat this, Mom. And my kids are like, Mom, what are you doing? There are sticky notes on the brownies. And I'm like, yeah, because this week I'm feeling off and I know better. And so in my case, That's what I call a positive affirmation, but like things to just pattern interrupt. And so you are welcome to say, I am healthy. I make the best decisions for myself. Like, I eat clean. I make good decisions for myself. I do not obsess. Well, I like no negative, so I always do the positive. If you say I do not obsess, you'll obsess. I am at a healthy weight. Yes, I release inflammation easily. These I am statements, I'm a fan of stickies, will change your life. And for me, that brownie one, I mean, I'm no joke, right? When I got to do something, my kids are like, all right, mom's on a mission. She's got a sticky on the brownies. But I'm going to tell you now, it just interrupts. And I go, yeah, I really don't want them. And then I pass them up. So number one, these affirmations, okay? And things that you tell yourself matter. Number two, I'm going to go back to water and staying hydrated. I can't say enough about drinking water. And I said herbal teas, okay, things that will hydrate you. Now, I'm not into, drink 10 glasses a day and all this other nonsense. But the truth is dehydration causes cravings. And so even having a glass of water, something you can have before you go eat cookies or have a glass of wine, sometimes it will take the cravings away. So consider number two, dehydration. Okay, number three, it's related to where cravings come from. Okay, so this lack of sleep. If you are exhausted and you are running around all the time, there ain't no way anything that anyone gives you, there's no pills to pop, there's no shakes to drink that are gonna prevent you having cravings, okay? I need you to learn to sleep and to slow down because exhaustion will cause a quick energy fix, also known as a Starbucks Frappuccino, these latte things, it's not your fault. Some cookies or ice cream or these chips at 3 o'clock, pretzels, it's because you're tired, okay? So number three is exhaustion. Number four, especially 40s into 60s, I need you to eat more protein. People say, oh, like your body weight in protein. There's no way I'm eating 130 grams of protein. That's gross. And I do eat about 20 grams of protein at every meal. Sometimes all I eat is protein. Like protein is what fills me. So I want you to just think about more protein and less these refined carbs at every meal. That will stabilize your blood sugar. And you're just going to feel better. Trust me on that one. We teach that in module 2, understanding your food and quick food choices. I'm not a big fan of cooking. I'm not. I teach you how to grab quick foods. What are Jen's favorite brands of frozen things? Doesn't always have to be cooking in the kitchen, okay? But I do need you to eat more protein. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5, not enough movement or too much movement. So not enough movement. You get an endorphin hit. And the body goes back in balance when you have movement. I move once a day. Today was lower body. I did just 25 minutes, but I did it. And I always feel better. And so you will find on days that you have movement that you will have less cravings. It is an extraordinary and incredible thing. And I believe it's related to getting your endorphins, your endorphin hit. And the other thing is, if you over-exercise, that happens for some of you type A'ers. If you over-exercise, you're also going to have a problem, okay? Because your adrenals are going to be blown. It's a true story. You get dark circles under your eyes. You're craving a lot of salt. That's adrenals. And what's going to happen is you're going to crave instant sugar because you're tired even though you're exercising and checking the boxes. So don't under-exercise and don't over-exercise. Okay, this one is probably my favorite of all of them. It is. I need you to have more non-food sweetness in your life. Non-food sweetness. I need you to have more joy. I need you to have more fun. I need you to stop vacuuming or taking on clients you don't enjoy or, doing things around the house or not being able to say no. And I'll say it, charities are important and volunteering and donating our time is important. I honor that. A lot of women who come see us say yes to all of it and I respect that. And if you are blowing yourself out from donating in charities and you're on all these boards, you're the board of directors, you're doing everyone a disservice, including yourself and your family, because you are only half showing up. And so if that is you, please, let's start saying no to things that are too much in our life and start adding in more things we enjoy. And that, I promise you add more sweetness in non-food ways, you are going to have less cravings. It is guaranteed. So I'm going to read them back. quick checklist. Number 1, affirmations, or put stickies on your brownies like I do. Number 2, dehydration. Number 3, exhaustion. 4, lack of protein. 5, not enough movement or too much movement. And number 6, not enjoying your life and having enough sweetness. So if any of those things resonate, I always say, I am so glad. Pull a nugget from this ultra quick workshop today. And if you have any questions, I always say, hit me up. And depending if you're receiving this in email, or you're watching this on my YouTube channel or on social, please hit me up, message me, leave me a comment. If you have any questions about anything, hit me up. I am always grateful that you have found me and that you enjoy me teaching you, because it's been 20 years now as a certified health coach. And I can't stress enough that what I teach is to the point, it works, and it just gets it done. You don't have to struggle anymore. So if that's you, thank you for being here. And as always, I will catch you again soon.